All right, guys, what's going on? This is Coach Turner. This is another episode of the Bryan Turner Basketball Podcast. Switching some things up, as you can see, a little different location, but we're gonna try to make it work. Okay. Want to come to you guys real quick, kind of talk about some little topics that are going on around the world. But before we get started, make sure you go over, and I mean, it's the same thing. Make sure you go over and you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hello, all my folks out there listening to this audio on the various podcasts, iHeart, YouTube Music, YouTube Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, wherever you get your podcast. This is, I don't know what episode this is, but we're trying to crank out. It's the sprint to 100 episodes. I started out this podcast in 2020, December 2020, and we've just been cranking out episodes. So I appreciate all my family and friends that follow me, that support me all over the world, man. Greatly appreciate it. All right, another announcement. Team SeatGeek. Some of you guys already know the situation, but we got some very cool concerts that are coming up. I think Rod Wave, for you young folks, he pushed this concert back. So you got an opportunity, got a chance to use this promo code. Use promo code Coach Turner for $20 off your first purchase. All right, at SeatGeek, Team SeatGeek, man. Take advantage of this. $20 off your first purchase, man. Enjoy Rod Wave concert or whatever concerts that we have coming up in your area. All right, anybody can use it. So shout out to the folks who take advantage of that. All right, so let's just jump right in. So what I want to do, I want to share my screen for my YouTube people who are watching this on YouTube. The people who follow me on the audio, we'll pick back up, but basically it's a video of some plays from D'Angelo Russell. So there is trouble in La La Land with the Lakers. So let me see if I can pull this up. Take a look at this, and we'll kind of start the conversation, kind of get it going. You guys kind of tell me what you think, and I'll give my reaction to this here in a second. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let's go. With me, we're gonna present. We're gonna share screen, and we're gonna make sure we can do this with this. All right, let's go straight to it. Check this out. I'm gonna pause this. I don't want to get in any trouble streaming this, but check this out. Oh my God. I feel your pain, bro. In his back, step back. All right, so what we just watched was a little small clip of D'Angelo Russell. He had a step back, or he shot a step back jumper with a hand in his face. I mean, highly contested. After being in the corner, and we call this corner in basketball terms, we call that the coffin area. And all we do is we just try to tell people to get out of the coffin area. So for the audio guys, this guy was in the corner. He shot fake, ripped, tried to drive to the hoop, went through his legs, stepped back, went right back to that same corner to shoot a pull-up, and got the shot blocked. And then on his way back down, he gave a light-hearted jog in back. And his head coach, JJ Reddick, I mean, was slamming every chair, was slamming it, and called a quick timeout, and was just super duper frustrated with him on that play. And so now reports have came out, and I mean, it had to happen. I mean, you got a guy JJ Reddick's his caliber. I mean, he's trying to make sure that this thing could work. I forget if we did a deep dive on JJ Reddick, but I had so many of my buddies calling me, telling me, man, they should have gave a job to this person, should have gave a job to that person. What you could not deny is that JJ Reddick is a basketball savant in my eyes. I mean, you look at someone who, I mean, got it out the mud, All-American, one of the top one of the top high school players that we've ever seen, goes off to Duke, becomes one of the top college players we've ever seen. And just the mere fact of him being just, labeled as a shooter, he was able to parlay that into a long career in the NBA. So when you hear things of he shouldn't have never got the job, because it's the same sentiment that we hear when we talk about Bryan. He shouldn't be in the position that he's in. People were saying, hey, here's this white guy. Why come people have been waiting in line, the Sam Cassell's and this person and that person. Why do they give it to a JJ Reddick? Well, this is why they give it to a JJ Reddick. This guy has went to arguably probably the best or the most famous brand in college sports, Duke University. Has learned up under Coach K, one of the greatest basketball coaches of our generation. And he went through everything, and he's arguably one of the best Duke players of all time. Played in the league up under some great coaches, Doc Rivers. You can just go down the line of the coaches that he's played for. He is primed to be an NBA head coach. It was just which organization was going to give him the leeway to let him learn from his mistakes, because I think this was his first time ever getting a head coaching job. So we go into a situation where, not only is he's taking on LeBron James and that whole magnitude of everything that goes with being around LeBron and LeBron coach, he has to get some type of respect from his players. And what he can't have is a point guard, your starting point guard, giving a half effort like that. What does that do? What do that do for the rest of the team? It sets the tone. So right then and there, I know that JJ Reddick is going to be one hell of an NBA coach. It's all about, will the NBA or will this organization cave to the peer pressure and let him kind of do his thing? Because I feel like he knows what he's doing. I feel like he has the right attitude. And this was a prime example of somebody having the right attitude when it comes to, man, I'm not taking your mess. Look at this. This is losing basketball. So a report came out and said, if your name is D'Angelo Russell, no doubt you're frustrated out of every NBA coach that you've had, and JJ Reddick is the latest victim. D'Lo was benched for the last 20 minutes of the Lakers' 131-114 loss to the Grizzlies on Wednesday night. Before then, you could see just how over Reddick was of Russell's shot selection, evidence in that clip that we just talked about. Okay. When asked why he decided to bench Russell, Reddick didn't hesitate with the answer: level of compete. All right. Attention to details. These are some of the things we talked about and we talked to him about a couple of weeks ago. At this time, he's been really good with that stuff. And the other times he's just reverted back to certain habits. So again, this is what I'm talking about. Any young player, any water cooler person that's at the job on Monday, or somebody that's a Laker fan, you need to make sure that you address this type of situation, because it's just losing basketball. It's flat out losing basketball. You wouldn't accept this type of effort with you wouldn't accept that type of effort with a little league team, with a high school team, with a college team. You wouldn't appreciate this type of effort with guys on your team. You take a bad shot and then you jog back on defense. Man, it's just, if I was the coach, bench him, don't put him back in, and again, we don't know what type of conversations these guys had ahead of time. But just reading this article, it talks about that they've had this conversation. So again, when we see the irate coach on the sideline, we don't know what type of conversation that was going on in the back before that shot had even happened. So frustration on the coaching side, frustration on the player side. At the end of the day, the coach has to have the respect of the players, has to have the respect of the organization. With this move, I think JJ Reddick got the respect of the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay. Why don't you tell me what you think in the comment section? Appreciate you guys chiming in and listening to this. Appreciate you. Check you guys out on the next video.